Hi, my name's Warren. Welcome back to this Introduction to SQL YouTube course. What we're going to look at now is going to be joins. So I kind of took you through a visual breakdown of how joins work, but what I want to do, I want to go and show you an example in a bit more detail. I created some code here to create some tables and insert data to clearly show you how joins work. The reason why I can't show you every variation of the joins on the data that we've already created is that because we created these foreign keys here, a join would normally be able to show you what records are in this table but not in, say, the employee table. Now, because we've already defined a relationship between these two, it won't allow me to create a transactional record that doesn't have an employee that's existing. So it's going to be very tricky for me to show you both ways of how to show a join that shows all employees and the related transactional data, which we can do. We can't do it the inverse way. So in the next video, we'll get to doing joins on our data. For this video, we're going to create some data, and I'll show you the different variations of joins. I will have the script in my Google Drive, so you can go and get it and you can use it to create the tables and to do the scripts. So here we go. We're going to create table 1, and that has got a primary key. It's got column 1 and column 2, and we're going to insert these 4 records, data 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 1, 2, 3, and 4B. We're then going to create table 2, and in that we're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 C and 2, 3, 4, 5 D. Okay, so once we've created these tables, we'll then get into how the join statements work. So let's just go through here. I'll create table 1. Let's see that it works fine. There, it's created. You can see I'm highlighting the insert and the create table statement at the same time. So it's creating the table and putting the data in. We could have done it for both tables in one go. Let's go here and refresh. And there we can see our table 1 has got our data there, and our table 2 has got our data there. So let's go back to the script. So let's have a look and see. The inner join, this was the first one I showed you. If we go back to my lovely diagram, it's this one here that only has the related data from both tables. So that's what the first example we're going to look at. So if we take this, let's just see what it gives us. So here you can see it's taken ID 2, 3, and 4 and ID 2, 3, and 4 here, and it's returned data from both. If we look at the actual tables themselves, we have IDs 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're matching on ID. So this result set here will only be the IDs that are in both tables. So if I take this query, let me grab that, put it over here. Let's run all 3 of them in the same. Yeah. Then we can see all 3. Just add it here. Add table 1 and 2. Then we can view the tables and we can view the result set. And I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to run all 3 of these. So here you can see we have ID 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we have ID 1, 2, 3, and 4, and here we have 2, 3, and 4. So common to these 2 tables are only ID 2, 3, and 4. This one has got ID 5, so it's got that data set, and this one has got 1. So an inner join is where we take only the common data from 2 tables and return it. So here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 1 in this table and there's no 5 in this table. The common IDs are 2, 3, and 4. So we return only what's common in both tables. So that's an example of an inner join. So like I drew in my interesting diagram, we have a data set and a data set. We only return what's common between the two. Okay. So here you can see I've just given you a little example of the output. We're getting that exact output. We're returning ID 2, 3, and 4. Now if we look at the example of a left join. So a left join returns all rows from the left table, which is table 1, along with the matching rows from the right table. If there's no match in the right table, it returns a null. So again, we go and we run that. I'll explain the syntax of the join to you now. We return everything from table 1. So table 1 had 1, 2, 3, and 4. It didn't have a 5. So we're returning everything from table 1. And table 2 had 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's no 5. So we don't return the 5 because we're returning everything from the left-hand table and the related data. The only common data between the two is 2, 3, and 4. There's nothing for 1, so it puts nulls. And that's the result we're expecting there. A right join is the exact opposite. It's exactly what we just did. We took everything from this table and the related data that overlaps here from this table. Right join is the opposite. We take everything from the right table and the related data from the left table. So if we go and take a look here, we run right join. You can see right join didn't have record 1, but it had 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's returned everything from the right table, which is table 2 in this case, and the related data from table 1. Table 1 had IDs 1, 2, 3, and 4. It didn't have a 5. So we won't see 1 because it's not in table 2, and it will return a null for anything that is not in table 1. And there's an example of the output, just for your reference. And then a full outer join is where we take everything from both tables. So we take everything from table 1, everything from table 2, and wherever there isn't related data, we just put nulls. A null is something like a blank. It shows up where there isn't a record. So let's have a look here, right join. Okay, all right, I've got cross join here. Let me do a full outer join. Don't know why I don't have my full outer join. I think what I've done, let me just have a look and make sure that you guys have got the full outer join. Give me a second. I just want to make sure that your file that you're getting is correct. Just give me a second. Okay. Sorry. Let me just get it from your file here. Just want to make sure that you guys have everything in your source material. It won't take me a second. So yeah, what we can do, we can just go and grab one of these queries here. Just want to make sure that the sample scripts that you've got have got everything in, and now we'll just do full outer join. So we just type out full outer join. We run that, and there you can see it returns 1, 2, 3, 4 from table 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 from table 2. Where there's no record 1, it puts nulls, and where there's no record 5, it puts nulls. So that is that. And then I want to show you what a cross join is. So this will be a cross join. Now what a cross join does, it takes every combination from both tables. So how we do this, you've got to be very careful for this one, because this here literally will take record 1 and add another line for 2, 3, 4, 5. So record 1, a line 2, record 2 from table 2, record 1 with record 3, record 1 with record 4, record 1 with record 5. It will then take record 2 for 2, 2 for 3, 2 for 4, 2 for 5. So it will give you every possible combination between these two data sets. So if we have a look at what that looks like, we can run it. You can see here we have every possible combination between the two. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5. Record 5 from table 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 for record 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for record 3. So it's every possible combination of the two data sets. Now you can imagine if you run this on a big data set, it could really break your system. So basically what a cross join is, it's a Cartesian product, meaning that we take every combination of the two data sets. So those are the examples. Let's go back a bit and just look at the syntax. So we have our first inner join. So again, we use a select statement and from table 1. So we always choose a table that we're selecting from. We then have our join statement. It could be an inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. We then name the table that we are going to join to. So we're selecting everything, and this everything means everything from both tables because it's a wildcard. From table 1, we're joining table 2, and then we use the on statement. And this is where we define the join. So what column in each table are we joining? If you know Excel, it's something like a VLOOKUP. You define the common field in both tables. So in this one, we're comparing the ID in table 1 to the ID in table 2. So we go table1.id equal to table2.id. So we're saying get all the data from table 1, join table 2 on this field, and return an inner join, which means that only the common data between the two will be returned. If we look at a left join, we're saying select everything from both table 1 and table 2, join these two tables on the ID field, so where table 1 ID is equal to table 2 ID, and bring back a left join, which means everything from table 1 and the related data from table 2. The syntax for the right join is exactly the same. We're saying here, select everything from table 1 and from table 2, join the two tables where table 1 ID is equal to table 2 ID, but return a right join, which means everything from table 2 and the related data in table 1. By default, if you just put join, it will be regarded as a left join as the standard. Right join is a little bit out of the ordinary, but you can work it both ways. Then the outer join is exactly the same logic. You're selecting from the table, you declare the table that you're joining to on the column you're joining, and you define what join you're doing. The only one that's slightly different, because we're taking in a cross join every combination of both tables, you don't need to declare the on statement. Because it doesn't matter, we're not joining on one column, we're taking every single record by every record in the other table. So we don't need to define a join. It's going to take every possible combination. That's why this one can be so dangerous. So that's how we write out our join statements. Again, you probably wouldn't be using a wildcard. You would be defining the columns you want, and how you would write that, because you, for instance, might have a name column in both data sets, you would always define table1.name and then maybe table2.name. You would have to put the table that it's coming from in front for SQL to understand which name you're referring to if you're not taking everything. That's what we're going to get into in the next video. We're going to start looking at our data set and how we can join our tables that we've created. This was just for an explanation on how the joins work. So hopefully that makes it a bit clearer. Great. In the next video, we'll look at creating some joins on the data we created initially in our database. Thank you.